My name is Marty Tillman. This is the second of 3 videos where I'm going to be discussing how to strengthen your career toolkit. That is the way in which you can go about articulating the skills and competencies that you did grow and develop and strengthen through your study abroad experience after you return to campus. Today I'm going to be talking about articulating your newly acquired skills and competencies on a resume. So let's start with the question, what exactly is a resume document? Fundamentally, a resume is a marketing tool. It's a way in which you can begin to articulate on paper and with the written word why you're a strong candidate for a particular position. Now what we're talking about today, however, is the specific value added of your time overseas. And how do you put that on a resume? What's a good way to talk about the things that you did acquire while you were abroad? Well, the first thing to say is that you might begin to take an audit, if you will, of the time you were abroad. I mean, write down on a piece of paper what it is you think you did strengthen as far as your skills and competencies. What kinds of cross-cultural learning took place for you? Were you there and studying a foreign language? Did you interact during your time with international students? What about through your travel outside the classroom? Did you volunteer? Were you involved in any way with a service project? What are the ways in which you grew in terms of your cross-cultural sensitivity while you were overseas? Write that down and then begin to think about where it might fit in terms of a summary statement for yourself about why you might be a very important player with a new organization that you're trying to work for. Now, one thing to begin to talk about for a minute here is exactly where in the resume should you cite the fact that you did study abroad, and that goes right under your education line. Beyond your degree that you're expecting to obtain, cite the name of the program, the country in which you studied. If you were taking classroom coursework, discuss the focus of the coursework. If you had community-based experience in any way, an internship for example, you want to be stating that in that point in the document. Some of the skills, and I discussed some of these in my first video, might be strengthening cross-cultural skills, developing language competency, communication skills, flexibility, and risk-taking, for example. So you want to begin to articulate the way in which those particular kinds of skills would be of interest to an employer. An employer will not take for granted that you have built those skill sets merely because he sees that you did spend a semester or a summer or a January period overseas. It's up to you to use the document as a tool to market the way in which you gained those skills and competencies. Of course, in the interview, which I'll talk about later in another video, is the time during an interview is the time when you will orally articulate and expand upon what you have written on your resume document. I don't think you need to worry about a great deal of detail on the resume. Again, this is something that you can broaden a little bit depending on the kind of organization you're applying to work for in a cover letter. I think that this is a good lead-in to discuss the idea of the cover letter. Cover letters, as you may know, should be short. They're not to be lengthy documents. They should not be more than 1 page. Cover letters should begin to stretch out and expand upon specific skills that you possess that are a direct fit with the qualifications for a job. If you're seeking a program assistant job right out of college, for example, it's with an international NGO, I think there's a direct benefit of the fact that you've spent time overseas when you write that cover letter. 2 or 3 paragraphs is the most you want to write. Visit the career office on your campus, have it go to a workshop that they're presenting on writing cover letters, on building resumes. Spend time one-on-one if you can with a career advisor to flesh out drafts that you might have in the way in which you explain and articulate the benefits of your time overseas.